Will you learn a new recipe for somebody?
Oh, definitely, yeah. If that's what they want, no problem. Yeah. We've had the last, I think not this wedding, but the wedding before, there was camembert requested for the starter, no problem. We went out of our way for it. Yeah. And they were really, really happy. So, yeah. Any suggestions or they want to change anything with the food, we'll do it. No problem.
Yeah. It's lovely, isn't it? That it's so flexible. And
I mean, we don't just obviously do weddings in Storyboard. We do sort of, big conferences, meetings, etc. And really for the local community, we do some sort of tribute nights and I'm just thinking of what you were saying about the skull. We've got a murder mystery night coming up.
Oh, I love a murder mystery.
That's on the 8th of March. And what we've got this company coming in who are going to set the scene, and it's the reading of the will. And there's been a murder, and so you buy your ticket and you've got to
Have you seen what spaces?
Yeah.
I might take the girls. Well, you're part of the team now, don't you?
And you literally have to work out from on your table who did the murder.
Did it? I've done one of those, and they are great.
You can stay overnight if you want. We've got it as just the
dinner package.
No, only 10 minutes away.
But absolutely, you can stay overnight as well.
Welcome to Wedding Mayhem.
You said you were going to do the intro.
I've done the intro. That was the intro. Welcome back, guys. This is episode 15. It is 15, isn't it? We just say 15. Good God, my brain this morning. As you can see, we don't have Lauren here today. It's okay. She hasn't left. She's had a really tough week. They've had a bereavement in the family, so big hugs to you all. And her little one is now throwing up. So she's had a really tough week. So we've got Jojo here that's going to help me out for the next 2 episodes. Some of you will remember Jojo because you were our first ever guest.
I was, yeah. Yes. I was over on that side of the.
You were on that side. And now you're
last
here.
Time, now she was on this side.
Drafted in at midnight last night. I thought there's only going to be one mad person up that's going to answer my text at midnight. And you did.
I did.
How many seconds?
I did. Well, after you texting me, it's probably about 15 minutes.
It weren't.
Really?
No, it was really quick. My husband literally went, "Oh my God," and he went, "What's the matter?" I said, Lauren can't get in tomorrow," and he went, "Oh." He said, "What you need is a dermot."
Dermot.
It is a dermot.
Dermot.
How do you pronounce it?
Dermot.
Dermot.
Dermot O'Leary.
No, Dermot.
Dermot.
And here you are. You are on my. You are actually. You were actually going to be our stand-in. Is that we never got a chance to talk to you.
Yeah.
about it. So thank you for coming. You've had a very interesting week, haven't you?
Yeah, I had a really interesting week actually.
So you've launched something really special.
Yeah. So as well as doing bridal hair and makeup, I also teach. So I teach women over 40, launching a course this summer.
Is that to
for
teach
women
them
over 40? Teach makeup.
To put makeup on, like for me?
Yeah. For everyday women.
You don't want to see how I put my makeup on this morning.
It's for people who have been doing their makeup the same for a million years.
Yeah.
There is a section in there on hooded eyelids. There is a section on there for how to... do your makeup as we age. A lot of people,
I think you lose your confidence. I have definitely lost my confidence with makeup, and I never really was a makeup person. I mean, you see me on my days off, and since doing the show and having to wear makeup, and having you guys on that rip me, that has made me try different looks and try different kinds of makeup because your skin changes through age. Doesn't
and I
it?
mean, it's one thing that I really kind of zone in on is that everybody talks about how your face, your skin changes, and people are going through Botox, and I know that you had Kayleigh.
It's quick fixes though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I talk very much about how this is going to sound weird, how your skull changes as you age.
I'm sorry.
So this sounds really weird. I'm a massive murder documentary fan. And it just got me thinking, as you age, your skull changes and nobody ever talks about it.
I know your jaw changes. Yeah. I had a conversation with a dentist.
Your jaw goes more like this and kind of smaller here.
Right.
Your eye sockets become rounder and larger.
Right.
Your nasal cavity gets wider. And your cheeks become... become flatter. Your face becomes like flatter. So hence
these cheekbones are going to get flatter.
Yeah. So hence why, you know, when we do makeup and stuff, a lot of the time that's not spoken about. It's completely missed. And with Botox and things like that, I mean, I don't do Botox, and you know, I don't offer that, so I don't know if people do go in. It'd be good to know if they do go into depth about how the skull changes.
I've never heard of it.
Yeah. So when, you know, whoever taught you to do makeup said smile and put blusher here, as you age, what happens is when you smile, your cheeks come up, and then they do drop quite a bit. So it's actually aging to do that. So we go through loads of little things. It's really specific to women over 40.
You got booked up really quickly. I saw those messages come up when you launched it. Have you got any spaces left?
Yeah.
I might come.
And we've got the course, and it's an online course happening in the summer, because I've got a lot of people who are over in Ireland, Scotland, and so they're not local to me. So it's actually going to be brilliant. It's a 3-week course.
That's bigger than I thought. I thought it was just like a little makeup course, but that's huge.
No, I've got almost 2,000 people that are in the makeup club. You can find it on Facebook.
And what's it called? The Makeup Club?
Yeah. Okay. The Makeup Club
we'll put a link on our
so it's,
for the episode.
It's interesting. So
I love that.
Sitting watching murder mysteries has taught me how to do better makeup, which is weird.
Bloody hell! I don't know. I just said bloody hell. Lauren was supposed to go here, and I was going to do a little thing with her. And actually, it's quite good that you're not here, because you won't know the answers.
I'm not here.
You are here. No, Lauren's not here. I'm not here. So we've hit some real milestones this week regarding the podcast. How many views have we had on our episodes? We've only had 12 episodes out. So how many views have we had in total? You're going to guess?
Over... if I was to guess...
Yeah.
I would say about 30,000.
No.
I'd say you're doing really well.
We are doing incredibly well, but you're way off.
A really good number.
You're way off. Add another 300.
That's incredible.
So it's 330,000 views, and we worked out. Me and George.
Madness.
I know it's mental, isn't it? Me and George have worked out that if we continue to go as we are going over a year, so that's 52 episodes, we should get 1.43 million views.
Wow.
This is what we do in the boutique, so it's huge.
That's crazy.
We hit 500 subscribers on YouTube yesterday, and again, that's over 12 episodes. So that is
this all started as a little convo under the veil.
It did,
as you said earlier.
Yeah. Anyway, we should introduce our guests for today. So close to our hearts and just down the road from us, we have the Holiday Inn in Shepperton, and we have Heather and we have Andrew. Hi. So welcome.
Hello.
To the chaos of the sofa. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And it's a very busy time for you guys, so really appreciate you guys coming in. So you are the sales marketing manager?
Yep.
Yeah. And you are the head chef?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, you're the person that we all want to be friends with, is that right? Keep on the good side, yeah?
Please.
Okay, cool, brilliant. So obviously I know the venue very well. Pretty much all my weddings, that we're having in the boutique, we if they haven't got a wedding venue, we send them over to you. But you've gone through quite a big transition, haven't you? From anybody that knows of the Holiday Inn will think of it as a hotel and that, but you've completely turned it over on its head.
Down.
So
absolutely. So we introduced Storyboard at Shepperton.
Yeah.
So that is our new, and it's beautiful. It's a contemporary, brand new.
Why is it called Storyboard?
So it's so Storyboard at Shepperton was basically born from doing the whole hotel public areas renovation, and so we wanted to have an area that was really dedicated to sort of working with weddings, different functions. So Storyboard can cater up to about 250 for sort of really exclusive events. And the story behind it. So the ethos behind Storyboard is that it was we went through a big branding, and everybody.
Are you the only Holiday Inn to have Storyboard?
Yes. Yes, storyboard.
So it's been created just for you guys.
Just for us.
Yeah.
So it's Storyboard is really a bit of a nod to the local filming industry.
Yeah. So if anybody doesn't know, we've literally got Shepperton Studios on our doorstep, haven't we?
Yeah. Which is huge. And through the hotel went through a total room renovation in 2017-18, and we had a lot of artwork commissioned from the studios to be shown through the hotel. So as you go down the corridors to the bedrooms.
Right.
And even in the bedrooms, you'll see that there's a lot of movies and sort of series
You'll
that
be
was
right.
filmed
Alfred
down
Hitchcock.
there. So the idea was that we sort of decided, we went through a big branding exercise, and it was understanding, well, what do weddings and what do events bring? And everything is really about having that blank canvas.
Yeah.
So it's really working with the customer to create their storyboard. And then we've got different connotations running through the hotel.
That's so romantic.
We're setting your scene.
Yeah.
You've got the set for the day, your stage awaits, and you've got, the green room in the wings, so the staff are in the wings.
Yeah.
So it's all sort of related, and then it's working with the customers because it's so bespoke. Every event.
So did you all as a team? Because again, I do know you guys, and I know that you are very close. You're a family, aren't you? Not just a team. But so did you all have an input?
There was a team of us that worked
Yeah.
with a branding company to sort of bring Storyboard to life. But yes, it was.
And you're set in, I want to say 9 acres?
11 acres.
11 acres.
of our
It's
own
huge because
space.
you border the Swan Sanctuary.
That's
don't
right.
you?
So we're down Felix Lane. So Storyboard adjoins the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
So what happened in 2021 after COVID, it was deemed that less disruption will do the public areas. So we did a 180 transformation of the hotel.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
Because I remember coming to set up a stand for you and arriving at the entrance going, where is it?
Oh, at the Hard Hat Tour.
Yeah.
So that was great. So what happened was, I'll talk about the Hard Hat Tour in a minute, but we did a 180 and then now, so Storyboard, as you enter into Felix Lane, you enter into the hotel, you come and you see Storyboard. So it's got its own exclusive entrance, it has its own private bar area, private breakout area onto the terrace.
This is really important to couples getting married, because quite often if they are in a hotel, they're having to share it with a stag do or a hen do or a rugby tour or whatever's going on, so they're having to share it, so it's like having their own private
absolutely
area.
And it is, and the way that the room is set up so that we really fortunate that we can do the ceremony there. The ceremony can be held in any one of the sets depending on the numbers. We can even do the ceremony outside. We've had weddings which have been taken place outside. One of your brides actually, she had her wedding outside. And then
how do you cater for that around with outside weddings, with rain and stuff like that? Because we're in England, guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you've always got to have a backup plan.
Yeah. What's your plan B?
Yeah.
So you have to have a ceremony room set up inside in case it rains.
Ready to go. So it's that extra room. Yeah, okay.
So say you've got a wedding ceremony for 50 outside, then you'd have, say, set 1, which would be set up exactly the same colours, ready to go in case the rain.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, and we've had that canopy before wedding under there, hasn't it? In case it rains.
Right.
But how does that affect you then? Because, logistics of getting the food out and stuff, it suddenly
that's
changes.
just the ceremony.
Yeah, just a ceremony, and then they normally go in the room to eat, depending on the size of the venue.
Okay.
So the nice thing about it is that you would come up, you'd have your ceremony in one room, you then head back down to the breakout area onto the terrace, then you can go off and have photographs around by the pond. You've got a beautiful natural meadow that comes up in the summer, and it's got a little path cut through down to the willow trees. So there's some really beautiful spots around the hotel to take photos. So while that's all going on, you've got the team in the back, they're turning the rooms around, getting ready for the wedding breakfast. So then the wedding breakfast takes place, and then Andrew with his catering and his team will obviously serve whatever it is. It's the 3
So once the ceremony has happened and everything, where do you come in? What happens with the catering side?
Normally after the ceremony it's about an hour and a half where all the guests get in. They're done, and we have canapés.
Is it
like
hard,
what we have here, but...
you know, because you've got so much land? I didn't realise how much land you had, sort of ushering them in, or does that, you know, because you're running around.
Come on, everyone, get in. Yeah.
I suppose where there's food and drink, you're rushing it. They're like sheep, they're like, ooh, you know.
So they're sort of, they're quite, they sort of keep themselves within their part on the terrace or down on the patio. Okay. And then, you know, you're sort of managing the day with them, sort of the wedding coordinator is there working with the operations team, just because they're then in place, sort of, you know, keeping everybody on track of time.
So regarding the team, how many people are in the team on the day?
So you would have the wedding coordinator, then you've got the operations team, depending on the size of the wedding. But you would have a good team in place, I would say.
And you're there?
Yes, if I've been managing the wedding.
Yeah, fantastic. Quite often the person that does all the logistics, or sets it all up, is not there on the day, and then it's like all those questions and stuff. So that's fantastic.
I think from the start, though, as soon as we get that inquiry coming through, it's that sort of the service that we give, the attention to detail. And if they're having a wedding tasting, when Andrew's there on sort of hand, he comes out, he meets them. So they've already got to know some of the staff. We introduce them to the operations staff so that the bride and groom feels totally relaxed. Yeah. So, and for them, they're part of the days. There's to be no worry or stress. That's for us to take care of.
And do you meet the couples at the beginning?
Yeah, so I'll meet them at the wedding tasting and make it very bespoke. And we, you know, if they want to change the potato or anything like that, or the main course, they get to pick everything. And then make sure we take a picture of it. Yeah. And then then I'm there on the day as well. So just to bring the nerves down.
That's very unusual, because the people that you deal with quite often within the industry, you know, they are ships that pass in the night, and there's always quite a good, you know, big turnaround. So it's lovely that you know, they feel safe then, don't they? That they know that the people that they've been dealing with are there on the day. It's like little nod going, it's going to be okay.
We're very detailed in our sort of our information. So we will have, you know, particularly the wedding coordinator, they'll have a number of meetings with them, and you'll have, you know, you start to build it and develop that day and really understand what it looks like. And I always say to them, the more information you give me, I can understand exactly what that day looks like.
Yeah, we do that in the boutique, you know, ask, you know, tell me, you know, because if I know, then I'll be like, actually.
And then you can really sort of understand. And then we deliver on that. Yeah. And it works really, really well. You know, we've sort of had brides.
And how long have you been doing weddings?
So, well, I've been in hotels for over 26 years.
Really? How did you start?
How I actually started with, I took a friend's interview because she didn't want to go and do it for a reception job.
What?
In London. But at the time I couldn't get back and forth to London for the hours. It was too late with the last train. So then I ended up in a sort of a provincial hotel actually down in Sutton. And then I moved over to Heathrow, and then I moved over to head office and worked for a big international hotel company.
Oh, wow.
And
so you're very experienced.
But that was all sales, and that was in working in the leisure industry. So I worked with big tour operators.
But you're still dealing with people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then obviously sort of, you know, redundancy catches up with you at some point.
Yeah.
And then I set up on my own, really, and I've been with actually the Holiday Inn at Shepperton there for about 6.5 years.
Wow.
So
and you've gone through COVID as well, so you've seen everything.
And one of the main things I think, particularly after COVID as well, is having that adaptability to be able to sort of jump into other roles and be able to, you know, help different departments. But weddings is great fun. I love it. You know, you get
you, Andrew, how long have you been in the industry?
20 years. Yeah.
You don't look old enough.
He doesn't, does he?
Yeah.
We're saying this because he's going to feed us in a minute. So how did you get into catering?
I think just watching Ready Steady Cook on TV. I just wanted to.
Who was your favourite?
It used to be Auntie Wald Thompson.
Yes. Yeah. Not now though.
My favourite now is Gino.
It's Gino. Yeah, we've talked about Gino.
That's just such a cracker. Yeah, 20 years, and then just got into it. Been doing it ever since. Yeah, very stressful job, but you know.
It is a very stressful job. It's also, you know, one of those jobs, you know, that is time-wise, you know, when everybody's out, you're working, you know, and you know, it's hard. So we both got families.
Yeah.
Both got children.
Yeah.
And that's that juggle, isn't it? We always talk about mum life, but it's dad life too. And it is quite a demanding job, so it's important that I think you enjoy it, you know.
But I couldn't do anything else. Yeah, it's just so much fun. It's stressful. You got pressure, but it's fun as well. It's rewarding.
What's the fun side of it? What do you enjoy most of?
Just like the weddings, for example, like when you see how happy the people is, and then getting the compliments, and then you know anybody that eats in a restaurant, and you just seeing them smile when they eat the food. You just like
it's something you've put together.
You've created that.
Yeah, you've made people happy.
Yeah. Absolutely,
and everything that you said that you would deliver. It is rewarding,
And then you get really nice reviews written, and they'll send presents in or sort of flowers for doing such a good job, and you think, you know what, that I'm pleased, I'm happy because as a team we've created something that's going to live in their memory for a long time.
Yeah. We're very much like a family, isn't it? The hotel. So as much as I have a family at home, it's like I'm working.
You have work family.
Yeah, work family. Honestly, brilliant. Yeah.
Well, the Saturday girls, all the Saturday girls and the girls in work call me work mum.
Yeah.
And I think you need that, don't you?
You spend more time with people at work than family often.
Yeah, so. Definitely. You argue more. I argue more at home than I do at work. I think there's no time, is there? Really? We've got a couple of questions from brides. Are you okay to answer those? And one of the biggest ones that are coming through is. And get my cards together. And I think I know the answer to this one already. Can they do a dry hire with you?
Absolutely, I was going to mention that.
Yeah. A lot of venues will do, a lot of hotels and that, you can only, their packages, you've got to use their caterers, you've got to use this, you've got to use that. So what is a dry hire?
So the dry hire basically is that they hire out the space and then they bring in their own caterers.
You don't stipulate who they can have?
Not at the moment, no.
Do you want to vet them, or
it has to be a good fit for us?
I was going to say,
so we will. We
not say no to Gino, though, will we?
No.
So the beauty about Storyboard is that it has obviously a fantastic space that can be utilised for a small wedding up to obviously from say 16 or 20, whatever, right up to 250 or for any event. But we have our own on-site banqueting kitchen. Which is
I was going to say, you're not going to let them in your kitchen, are you? I know quite a few chefs, and there's no way that you're going to touch their pan, let alone their spoons, So yeah.
I've had some funny ones with the dry hire where I've actually been helping the chefs in the function kitchen, even though it's not my function.
Right.
I've had that. Yeah, it's just so funny.
In what way?
Whether it's just. Cooking techniques or maybe the equipment they're not used to.
Would they be necessarily a catering company, or would they've got like mum and dad or auntie?
Normally it's a catering company.
Yeah. Do they have to be insured?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you usually meet with them first and then you take them through and have a
good.
real sort of...
So they got backup as well,
Yeah, I think they were so grateful. The last one I had, I think it was about 6-7 months ago. I can't remember, but they were so grateful. They said, thank you really helped us out. And I was like, again, sometimes it's rewarding even having the dry hire day. People are happy.
And I think also, I don't know about you, it's people like, I'll do my own makeup, it's cheaper, or, I know how to do it and stuff like that. But then when it comes down to the nitty gritty, it's panic. Yeah. It's 100%. Like, actually, they're not going to be good. I'm doing more work. Yeah. Than it would be if I actually employed you, and the difference in price sometimes isn't much difference.
It
How much is it for dry hire?
Starting, it can start from about £4,500.
Okay, and how much is it for you guys?
Again, it all depends because it's a bespoke wedding. Yeah. But depending on the sort of the package that they would look at, the time of year, the day of the week, even, anything can start from about 5,500-6,000.
So the difference between the two, that extra bit of money for me for on the day is worth it. Isn't it?
It depends. I mean, obviously, as you get into sort of peak season and the prices sort of go up and that.
I think that's the beauty, though, is how bespoke we are. We will try to bend over backwards with people.
Talk to us about the bespoke as well, because you've got these new brochures, haven't you?
That was our launching brochure, so we will sort of update that at some point as we go.
But even touching this, it's nice, isn't it?
It's very good. Yeah.
It's friendly, and I love the pictures in it as well.
So really what would happen is when we get a bride and groom coming through, It's really about asking them about.
Recognise that dress.
It's really about understanding that day and really sort of drilling down to really understand what is it that you want to achieve, what is important to you.
I find that people don't tell you. They think you literally have to get it out of them, because what they think, and sometimes they don't want to say because they think it's not achievable. Or it's out of their reach.
And therefore, so we have sort of three packages that you can work on. You know, if you want to have like a 2-course meal, you want a 3-course, or you want to have a fork buffet menu, or maybe a barbecue menu as opposed to something else. You know,
and you can do all those.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything we haven't done, is there?
Yeah.
What don't you like to do? What's your worst one?
I would say
which comes and breaks the news to you, going, Andrew.
I don't think anything's the worst for me. I think the worst one for me would be like a wake, for example, because I get too involved with a customer and I see what it's all about and everything. Yeah. And, you know, sometimes it's emotional. You know, you go there, you go, oh my god, you know, we're catering for this situation.
But I tend to find like with stuff like that, the people that like you're emotionally invested, but on the day the people are like grateful that you've done this for them, and they're all happy, sort of thing. You know, like you know, why are you not crying? You know,
no, it's brilliant. Yeah, but that'd be the worst part of the job, I would say.
Yeah. What about food wise? What's the worst food dish that we could give you?
I think any chef will tell you they hate doing cheese boards. You know, it's the smell and the touch of the cheese and everything. I think that's the only one. Or smoked salmon, you get it on your skin, and even though when you wash with hot soap and water,
it will stay there.
You just get this just this tiny little scent of it, and I think that's the worst thing for me is like smells and scents.
I don't. Interesting. Yeah, I would never. I'm always going to say like lasagna or something, or you know, or like a stir fry that obviously that you've got to serve straight away and stuff. I don't think of just a cheese board.
Gloves always
gloves.
Not touch anything like that.
Yeah. So in the kitchen, how many people are in the kitchen normally on a wedding day?
On a wedding day, so normally it'd be me and my sous chef.
Right.
We would care up to for like 250 on our own.
Wow.
Just the two of us.
Wow.
Yeah. And
I
then
think if
we
you're
have the restaurant side as well, so another 3 chefs on that side.
Okay.
You've got to be organised.
I need a co-pilot next.
Do you think we should go in the kitchen?
Oh, you'd have great fun, you'd love it.
We're coming to the kitchen. Yeah. I am really disappointed that you haven't brought your hat.
I know. Oh my goodness, it's I'll make sure to get a big white one.
Do you wear the white hat?
We wear black skull caps, so.
Yeah, but what? But for a wedding, would you wear like?
I think
it's
cool.
If somebody asked me for it, I'd do it.
It's old school, isn't it?
Yeah, old school. Yeah, I was going to say it's quite outdated.
Sorry about that.
No, but if the guest wants it, no problem.
Do it, yeah.
You can see the chef come out with a hat.
And the bespoke, obviously, you have your set bespokes. Yeah. What if somebody wanted something dietary wise?
Yeah, we cater for that as well. Everything. Yeah. Anything and everything.
Will you learn a new recipe for somebody?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. If that's what they want, no problem. Yeah. We've had the last. I think not this wedding, but the wedding before, there was camembert requested for the starter. Yeah. No problem. We went out of our way for it. Yeah. And they were really, really happy. So, yeah. Any suggestions or they want to change anything with the food, we'll do it. No problem.
Yeah. It's lovely, isn't it? That it's so flexible and not just
I have to say, for and I know quite a lot of these venues, for your packages, prices wise, is fantastic. So to have that level of service and quality is absolutely brilliant, you know.
And I think that's really important for us because people sort of distinguish and think, Holiday Inn, you know, it's a Holiday Inn package, but actually it's not. It's a Storyboard package.
Yeah.
You know, you're getting something completely different.
Is that why you rebranded?
Absolutely, because we had this brand new venue space that can cater for so many people and be bespoke.
Are those rooms still on the water? Is it pond? So
the pond, So as you go out, you'll have to come back over.
I will definitely,
So where you come, so at the front of the hotel, which was, I don't know if you remember, the old bar and restaurant, and then as you sort of turned round into the hotel to go down the corridor, and you had all the meeting rooms.
Yes.
As you sort of come as if you were going round the first meeting room, that is now the hotel, right? Sort of
okay.
Sort of the media lounge, restaurant, the open lobby area, and so Storyboard is now like the whole front section of the hotel.
I've got you. So I think anybody that's been there of old need to come back and
absolutely.
Oh, we still get the odd guest that goes to the wrong entrance, isn't it?
It's
always funny.
And I mean, we don't just obviously do weddings in Storyboard. We do sort of, the conferences, meetings, etc. And really for the local community, we do some sort of tribute nights, and I'm just thinking of what you were saying about the skull. We've got a murder mystery night coming up.
Oh, I love a murder mystery.
That's on the 8th of March, and what we've got this company coming in who are going to set the scene, and it's the reading of the will, and there's been a murder, and so you buy your ticket, and you've got to
Have you seen what spaces?
Yeah.
I might take the girls. Well, you're part of the team now, don't you?
And you literally have to work out from on your table who did the murder.
Did it? I've done one of those.
And they are great.
You can stay overnight if you want. We've got it as just the
live on
dinner
the road.
package.
No, I live 10 minutes away.
But absolutely, you can stay overnight as well.
I've always wanted to go on the Orient Express.
Yeah.
But I would be too frightened to. It's like the Titanic.
Yeah.
You know you're going to get murdered, don't you, on the Orient Express? And Titanic is going to sink, isn't it? So for those reasons that are vetoed.
So we do some great things like that, and we had booby bingo and
booby bingo.
Oh, not booby.
Where did the booby come from?
Boogie.
Oh, boogie! Well, it might end up as booby.
Good job Gina was not here today.
See, I don't need Lauren here to make the booby mark.
Booby bingo, there we go.
So that's a real interactive.
Why did you hit your
Blushing
hand?
now.
When you get a full house.
Boobs.
Whole new game.
I bet that is out there somewhere.
It
If
will
not,
be
we're
now.
going to trade. Can somebody look to see if it's out there? If not, we're going to trademark it.
Booby bingo. But it's a real interactive game, and it's exactly so. Sort of, some of these events are really great for the hens as well. So you've got Boogie Bingo, which is an interactive.
You can't unhear it now.
Boogie game. So
your Italian accent, that's what it is.
And it's so that's really good fun. And then the tribute night.
Do you think that people who are coming to these things remember these days that they've had with these evenings they had with you, and then when they're getting married or know someone get married and go, do you know, I know the perfect place because their food was outstanding, their service was outstanding. If they can do that on Booby Bingo night, they can do that for a wedding. Do you know what I mean? So
we've had guests from the wedding that they come to the wedding and then they just stayed 2 weeks longer because they enjoyed it so much, food and environment and service. So.
what is the difference? You've got a question about this, haven't you?
Yeah.
The difference between this is out there at the moment. Oh, sorry, I'll let you talk too much.
Yeah, so it brings us on quite nicely to the venue charges differ. How do the venue charges differ from a wedding to a normal, an occasion? Is there such thing as a wedding tax, really?
No, not a wedding tax.
It's basically, it is a discussion that's happened through. I've been doing this for 20 years, and it's always a thing. The moment you mention weddings, then 10% gets added. And I do know of places at the moment you say it's a wedding, and the thing was to go and book a party and then turn that into a reception when you got there. What is the difference between a normal function and a wedding?
Okay, so it's all about the hire of the space really as well, and then what they require. So if we were doing, so when we sort of set up Storyboard, we did a huge big analysis of all the pricing, the local pricing, just to make sure that we were actually, not going right up here, that we were actually in the market.
Affordable and approachable.
Absolutely. And again, so if you took an event, depending on what that event was, if they wanted exclusive use of Storyboard, then it's the same as having exclusive use in a wedding.
Yeah.
And it all depends as well. It's understanding people's budgets, what they can afford. So then you sort of, create a package that fits their need.
Yeah.
And, with a wedding, it's a little bit more specific because you've got different types of menus. You've got a traditional menu, a celebration menu. So obviously the cost, if they had the traditional, is a set price for that menu.
Yeah.
And then if you had the celebration, it's a set price for that menu. So then you would add that in.
Yeah.
Then your room hire again, how many rooms they need, have they got a ceremony, are they having chair covers?
So it's all very bespoke to
it's really
what they want.
different staff on?
For
different teams for a normal do as opposed to a wedding?
Not necessarily.
Again, on numbers, you do it on numbers.
Based on numbers.
I know some hotels will have, this is the wedding team and this is the normal function team. The kitchen's probably different food-wise. Do you think?
Yeah, we're quite flexible in the kitchen, so it's the same team doing everything. So we just work together as a family, as a team,
Yeah. So for you guys, there isn't...
I think it's really, if you've got the sort of, the operations manager there, you've got the wedding coordinator there, and then obviously the head chef. And if you've got that strong team, then you can lead any team and make sure that they do
and adapt it to needs. Another question that I had, and this is actually one of my little icks, and it's you got your reception.
Yeah.
You've got your 2 bottles of wine per table. Not everybody drinks wine. You know what I'm going to say, aren't you? It gets my goat. It really does get my goat.
Smuggler.
I am the wine smuggler. So basically, everybody moves out of the wedding breakfast area and they move on to the the dancing area, and the venues clear the bottles of wine. Mm-hmm. And they can go 2 ways. Well, 3 ways if I'm involved. They either go behind the bar for resale, and that couple have paid for those bottles, so I get really cross. It is, they have paid it. They've paid for it.
Yeah.
Or, the venue will move it into the second reception room. Or the third is me, where I put the wine underneath the table and go back for it later, and I smuggle it back into the room. Which one are you guys?
Okay, so
I'm going to have to throw you out.
No, if we had if a wedding and they had a sort of a drinks package and there was wine left on the table, naturally that would just then remain for the evening reception.
It's theirs.
They've bought it, so we're not going to take it.
Because not everybody drinks wine, do they?
The difference is as well is that if we've got say a table and they don't want to have wine, you've got say beer drinkers on there or soft drinks, then we will exchange. If it's 2 glasses of wine in the package, we'd exchange and say, well, you have 2 glasses of a soft drink or a bottle of beer. Cool. So it would be something, we'd put a bucket of beer in there. We have had weddings like that where they didn't want to have wine, they weren't wine drinkers, so you'd have buckets of beer with their 2
friend of mine
but 2 beers instead. And so that's what happens. We work with them. We're not going to take it at all.
Because they have paid for that wine,
And then at the end of the evening, after reception, there's never any wine left or beer left anyway.
Not at your party, not at the booby bingo parties anyway. Too much fun. Oh, you say too much boobies then.
I'll have to invite you to the next one. It's in July.
Yeah, we do. My birthday's in July.
Booby bingo.
Special event.
I mean, the name of the episode is going to be Booby Bingo. See how it can go downhill really quickly. We talked about dry hire and stuff like that. Can they bring their own booze? Can they do a mixed package? Can they have you guys and do all your bits and pieces but supply their own booze?
They can, but there is a corkage.
There is corkage. And for those, I know what corkage is. What is it?
So basically, we provide corkage on wine and champagne.
So it's service, isn't it?
Yeah. And so therefore, we would charge. So say they were bringing 20 bottles in, we would charge X amount per bottle. Do you know
roughly how much it is, or will it depend?
Again, it depends, but usually about £15 for a bottle of wine, and up to maybe £25 for a bottle of champagne.
Yeah.
But again, it depends what they're bringing.
And that's clearing it away as well, isn't it? It's not just
Yeah, it's
So it's not just unplugging the cork of the bottle and stuff. You're getting rid of the rubbish.
Yeah.
And we have to remember, as a business, you're being charged for your rubbish being taken away. So
absolutely.
I know people get that. Oh, I'm having to pay this money, but
it's slightly different with the dry hire because part of that package is, sometimes you'll have caterers say, do you charge to take the rubbish if we leave it, or do we take it away? So there are different sort of...
With the dry hire, do they bring their own waiting staff?
Yeah, they bring it. It depends. If you've got... Again, it's if the caterers are taking over, They will deck the room out.
So they do all the decorations,
everything.
So you're just room hiring out, really.
Yeah.
But you guys there.
But again, if they want to have our bar and have it manned, then we would provide a bar and it can be manned.
What's the difference in the bars? you know, do people still put money behind the bar now, or are there different tariffs?
In terms of
where they put so much behind the bar, or is it discounted?
It's really up to the bride, the happy couple. Basically, whether or not they want to put something behind the bar. You know, you might get the father-in-law and he'll say, right, I want to put, say, maybe £1,000 behind the bar. As soon as that's gone,
I need to know that man.
It really depends on
because that money goes so quickly. I think for our wedding, I can't remember how much we put behind it, but by the time I got to the bar, there was nothing. And
you know, get your other bottles.
Will
you had it all under the table?
I'd already asked that question, Jojo. You met me before, but you know, and I got there and I was like, "Can I have a drink, please?" And the barman went, "Of course you can." You know, pretty obvious who I am. You know? and then he poured it me, and I was like, I've got no money. and he literally, in his pocket, got the money out and put it in the till. You know,
Have you have a separate bar as well? Isn't that the other thing?
Do you?
I don't know. Yeah, just for the weddings and events and Storyboard.
So Storyboard has its own private bar.
Right.
Just so you completely separate it from the guests, then, you know.
So it really is your
private.
own private wedding.
Amazing.
Oh my God.
Complete exclusive use.
God. Right, we're talking about bars. And booby bingos. We got a game.
Oh,
Want to play it?
Oh, yeah.
You look really nervous, actually. We'll get to your bit in a minute. You can feed us in a minute.
Oh, wow.
Right, so we're going to have to do two, aren't we?
Yeah.
Right, we're going to have to do two. You can do one each.
Let's do two.
You literally have to... you have to spin it. So Heather, you go first. Please don't do DJ. Oh, would you rather? Right.
Oh.
What have you done?
You haven't been yet. You went to yours. If you weren't doing what you're doing now, what would you do? Who would you be? What would you be?
Oh, what would I be?
Apart from Gloria Hunniford.
Gloria Hunniford. Yeah, I wanted to be Gloria Hunniford.
We've done two of her connected weddings.
Yeah,
her family weddings. She's lovely.
I've met her when I was in my travels in my work before. But no. If I wasn't doing this, what would I be doing now? Oh my God. Most probably running a really successful international global business at the head of the realm, sitting by a swimming pool, sipping cocktails on a mobile phone. I don't know.
Aim high. Wow. Most people would say looking after cats in a sanctuary. Do you know what I mean?
Well, big goals.
I want to be your friend. That's a great answer, isn't it? What would you be?
I'd love to be a forensic.
We're back to murder again, aren't you?
I'd love to be a forensic.
That's why you and I are friends, you know. Like, I belong to a book club, and the books, unless there is a dead body on page one, I'm not interested. I honestly don't. It's my question going, is there a dead body in that? No.
Or interior design.
I like that.
Love interior design.
It's funny you say that because if I wasn't a chef, I wanted to be a detective. It was the other.
Wow.
I don't know.
And I nearly did an interior design course.
Really?
Oh,
when
me and you.
Creative.
If I wasn't doing what I was doing, I'd be a private investigator.
Would you?
I'm in bushes, cameras, everything. Honestly,
You have to come to the murder mystery night.
Definitely. I have done one of those before, and they purposely didn't make me the murderer because it was too obvious.
Give it away straight away.
Andrew, you give it a spin now.
All right, let's give it a go.
That's it, yeah. Just reach over. I
think I've got it.
Oh, aren't you gentle?
Oh.
Smoochy.
I wanted to
as
land
Lauren
on that.
was
That's why.
first kiss. Embarrassing kiss. First kiss. Lovely kiss. I was going to say booby kiss. Oh, just said it.
Yeah, I was very new to kissing, so my first kiss didn't go so well.
Did you practice kissing?
No, but...
Did the old army thing. Did you do it?
Don't think so.
Oh, everybody did it.
Probably.
Did you practice the kissing on your arm?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's what I was doing. Yeah.
Everybody did. Tell me it's
Someone
a thing.
else
Is it a thing?
Yeah.
Why you did it? You? No? You used to give love bites on your hands as well. No?
I don't do love bites.
Just me? It's probably why I've been married 3 times. Anyway, back to you.
Yeah, my first kiss was I was very shy, yeah. And I didn't enjoy it, the first kiss I had. First proper kiss.
Who was it?
Not
Can
sure
we say?
about that. Oh, I couldn't tell you, I can't remember, to be honest. It was in just the beginning of secondary school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, couldn't remember her name, to be honest. It was that long ago. I just remember the experience.
Did you go in or did they go in?
Oh, both of us. It was one of those things.
Headbutt.
We're just like, do you fancy having a kiss? I was like, we could give it a try. And then I was like, kind of after like, I didn't really like that. Give it a few years before I got into that. Yeah.
And we're okay with it now?
Oh, love it.
What's that? Well, from kissing, let's talk about this food that is sitting there because
It looks amazing.
The smell is fantastic. So this is part of your
Canapés.
canapé packaging. So do they get choices of these? And talk us through it.
Yeah, so
This is your part now. We're going to
same
shut up and
thing.
just look at the food.
Bespoke thing, we'll go through the canapés. I think we have about 8 to 10 different canapés.
And they can choose between 2, 3 or 4 or 5. They can add on as many as they want, but
Can deal with the fussy eaters.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
me.
Oh, yeah, no
I
worries.
eat everything.
Yeah, but it's again, if they say, well, I don't really like what's on the menu, we were thinking we would like something like that, I'll do it, it's no problem. Cost it out for them.
My top tip with this sort of thing is always go over more than you think.
Oh, yeah.
Because these
Yeah.
go really quick. There's a fight, isn't there?
Yeah.
Because they've had 2 or 3 drinks by this point before it comes out.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a long gap between this and sitting down
going
for food.
absolutely.
Yeah, colourful, tasty, and enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, you've got this one's chicken and nduja, so like an Italian sausage.
Oh,
yeah.
is that spicy?
Very, very mild. It's similar to chorizo, but you don't even need to cook it. You
Say
can
that
just spread
again?
it. Chorizo.
That's so
Chorizo.
cool. No, chorizo.
Yeah.
Can we taste?
Yes, of course. Yeah.
Yeah,
I can.
yeah. Can I just?
Yeah. The arancini bowls.
Do we take the...
Oh, don't.
You can take the chili off, or you can eat the chili.
Next
It's up to
week,
you.
next week's show coming out is the cake.
We'll eat the chili.
Oh, I love the chili. I have chili in everything.
Should we do it? Are we going to be burning our mouth?
Yeah, right.
We're going to.
You made this.
I say. Yeah. He's our new chef.
Gorgeous.
One of our new chefs. He made them yesterday.
What's this at the bottom?
That is a sweet potato, isn't it?
It is delicious. Yes. While we're eating, you tell us. Did you have the chili, Andrew? That is amazing.
So it's a chicken and nduja panko ball with a sweet potato puree.
That's good.
Yeah, it's nice. He's got that kick of chili at
Good,
the
I'm
end.
fussy. That's good.
Yeah.
This is a fussy one.
Yeah, then you've got smoked salmon and creme fraiche bellinis. Quite a classic. And then you've
what's
got
this on
goat's
it?
cheese. You've got a lemon wedge, just to give it a bit more.
Oh, a little kick.
Yeah. Yeah, then you've got goat's cheese, scorched fig on a crostini, and a few pine nuts.
And this is so different from the normal, chicken dippers.
Yeah.
You'd be happy with chicken dippers, wouldn't you?
Chicken nuggets and chips.
Very, very tasty.
Because that's what you expect. So, when you're, when the canapés come round, there's a little vol au vents and stuff like that,
Yeah.
And it's just nice to see something different. And what other ones do you do? I'm having one of these.
Yeah, we've got vegan ones.
So what are your vegan ones? My son's vegan.
Like falafel with hummus. So that's a good one to always do.
Oh, it's like lemon sharp.
Yeah. It's a good little kick.
Oh,
isn't
isn't
it?
that?
Yeah.
Sorry, so you carry on talking.
One as
You
well.
can have one as well.
Yeah, you've got obviously chicken ones, duck ones, vegetarians.
And you can cater
Gluten-free.
for, different cultures as well. Is that quite a requested thing? Is that quite important?
It's very,
Absolutely. If we get sort of, all the dietary requirements, anything that they require.
I'm glad you came on now, aren't you?
We obviously will have a discussion. Andrew, I always check everything with Andrew first.
Yeah.
And
would it be a question that you would automatically preempt? Because I know with us, they come in and we ask them where they're getting married because we'll know the venue, particularly if it's a particular church, and we know the vicar is going to want your shoulders covered, but they don't know about that until the last minute, and then we're rushing around doing, several little changes. Will you ask them about dietary and different cultures within the guest parties and stuff?
Absolutely, yeah. And it's again it's about creating that menu that fits their need or something that they want. If it's something different, then you'd look at it and whether or not, and then we can get it maybe sort of ordered in. It all depends. It really comes down to that specific requirement.
And this is important, isn't it? Ordering in stuff, getting how much time leeway do you need for particular stuff?
Yeah, so it's a week before.
About a good week, isn't it?
Yeah. Just due to, you want to get it in. Is it out of stock? Yeah. It does happen. So you want a week before.
This is going to sound a bit mad. I'm a Cornish girl, so I come from Cornwall, obviously, being Cornish. And there are, and I know that when those guys can't go out and fish, the industry is you're not going to get your fish, so, you have to have backup plans and stuff like that, Was it difficult in COVID times? When we were I call the hokey cokey.
Yeah, we were okay, but
yeah, I mean, obviously coming out of COVID, we had the new hotel, the new space, and everything. Yeah. So, and then obviously, well,
your journey was a bit mad, wasn't it? For the COVID, and you refurbed, and then you launched, and then we went back into COVID and then back out again. Yeah. But you had so much going on at the same time.
I always tell my chefs the same as always having a plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D. You just always have a backup plan. Yeah. And then have a backup plan for that if that doesn't work.
Well, you won't panic then, will you? You'll be like, right, okay, that's not working. Yeah. Let's do it here. And we're the same. We have girls that purchase dresses, and thankfully, they don't fall out of love with it, but if they do, they can come out and exchange it last minute if they need to. So, so it's always good to know that. And I think, couples will have faith in that, thinking, if something comes up that I've not thought about, you guys would either have thought about it, got your plan B, C and D in place. So I think that's why it's important to book guys like you, because it's a lot of money. Isn't it? It is a big,
it's an incredible amount.
The wedding reception is probably the biggest chunk, isn't it? When you think about it. I think I've read it's at least half of your budget.
Yeah, and I think when you first ever do a wedding venue, you're nervous, like in your career. But I think we've done so many that we're just so confident with it, aren't we? We're just very...
Yeah, you can do it blindfolded. And every wedding's different. Everybody goes, oh, but you're bored of this. And I went, no, every bride's different, even if it's the same.
That's what you paid for, They've never done it, and you've done it a million times. So if anything happens, it's not for them to worry about.
And it's allowing them to know that actually you are, in a sense, my most important one.
Yeah.
Everyone is.
My job is to get you from here to here, and then we're holding your hand the whole way. And I think giving them people that reassurance that they've got that, is fantastic. You have a fantastic reputation, and it's one of the reasons why I wanted you guys on.
Thank you so much.
Because, and I wanted to talk about Storyboard because I think people don't realise that the Holiday Inn now is completely different for weddings, and that is not.
And I think as well, people see Holiday Inn and they think, oh, it's Holiday Inn, but we're actually IHGQ green. You've got the Storyboard. It's been refurbed. It's fantastic.
It is. It's
you're like an independent, but with the backing and support of a major brand, and I think that is double cushion.
It's quite elevated, to your normal. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, I've seen venues like Storyboard that are 10 times the price, and not with the experience, and the people that you're booking on the day are definitely not the people that you see on the day. And it's just for you to take time on your day off, and you're not very well, to come in here is fantastic. And I think brides grooms, couples will see that and want you as, you know, at their wedding, because you are part of the whole wedding. You know, we're part of the wedding, you're part of the wedding.
These cogs that make it turn.
That's it. We're all that vehicle to make sure that these people get the day that they want, you know.
It is fun. It's great fun, isn't it?
You obviously
really
enjoy it. And you're obviously there forever.
Oh, I love it.
Unless you get murdered on Billy Bingo night or with Joe. So on that note, where can we find you? Where can couples find you?
So
On your socials.
So on the socials, we've got storyboard at shepperton.com. That's on there. Also, you can link through on the Holiday Inn London Shepperton
I was going to say, could if they type in Holiday Inn, would they get to you?
Holiday Inn London Shepperton. They can type in there. We've got our Facebook page. We've got our Instagram pages. So we're out there on the social medias, and please, everyone, drop us a line, and welcome. You are very good at getting back to us. I think I have known you for a long time, but not really known you. But on messages and that, you're back forth straight away, and nothing's too much trouble, which is just fantastic. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you.
Thank you.
We're gonna eat these.
Yeah.
That's it. So thank you guys for listening in to episode 14. We are really, really sad that Lauren's not here today, but she'll be back really, really soon. She's got loads of questions. She keeps messaging us. I keep seeing flashing up on the phone. We need you guys to subscribe. We are doing incredibly well. We're doing as much as podcasts that have been going for years, and we're only in 12 episodes aired. At this point, it'll be 15. But we still need you to subscribe so we can get to our next level, to support these guys that come on, and you.
All of us.
You did well. So we'll see you guys next week. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.